This is a book review of the 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing. We are Accessory to Success and review a lot of business books here. If you're into that kind of thing, you might go over to our website and subscribe to our email newsletter we send out once a week with a lot of new book releases, reviews, takeaways from all these great business books, also some free and discounted offerings. And also, there are a lot of other book recommendations in this review, and you can find links to all of those in the blog post. Now let's move on to the main takeaway from this great book. When you're looking for the best entrepreneur books or the best startup books, you should buy The 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing by Al and Jack Rice. Al and Jack have written many books, and as the name suggests, this one tells their 22 laws of marketing. This is about making good decisions in business growth and operations. They share their experience and perspective with the reader using great examples. You'll enjoy finishing the book probably in one day and yet come away with many examples of trial and error methods adopted by big and small companies, similar to the book 0 to 1. Here are some bullet point takeaways of what you'll learn in this great book. Importance of being first versus being better, first mover advantage. Good marketing is about perceptions, not about products. Narrow your focus with regards to product line, target market, and need for constant change in order to position yourself as a market leader. The importance of candor. Owning a word can be powerful. Successful programs are built on trends, not fads. Ideas without money are worthless. Acquire funding before you launch. Now on to the main summary. On reading this short but dynamic book, you'll have many eye-opening moments. You may even find that some of the points resonate with your own views, and some offering a refreshingly different take on things, which may send you reflecting on the many angles to a topic. There are 22 laws enumerated in the book. You may be particularly drawn to the laws outlined here. The law of perception. Reality does not exist. This statement may shock you out of your lethargic reading. Reality is just a perception of our mind. In the world of marketing, there is no such thing as the best brand, product, or service. Reality is relative. How the customer perceives your product makes it a reality for him or her. Marketing is all about altering people's perception to evoke in them a certain feeling to take a certain action. These perceptions become their reality. Tell the most interesting story of your brand and subtly make your product an objective reality. The law of singularity. History is witness to the fact that successful marketing is not the result of many small, sweet efforts or tactics, but the result of a single, big, bold, masterful, and brilliant stroke. Make a calculated risk. Choose an unexplored path. Adopt a strong stance and take the plunge to produce substantial results. You have to streak ahead of your peers and competitors. And with this, requires you to make that one bold move. The law of candor. This is an interesting approach to your brand, and we think it is purely based on human psychology. Candor, as you know, means honesty or frankness. It is disarming, but at the same time, self-deprecating candor needs to be handled carefully, or it can create a negative image in the mind of the consumer and become their truth. This book skillfully teaches you how to exercise caution and redeem your image, even while honestly airing your weaknesses and flaws. The given example of Listerine is very apt to this chapter. It clearly connects dots in the customer's minds. Listerine admitted that it tastes like disinfectant, but redeemed its image by suggesting that this is precisely why it would disinfect all mouth germs. It got ahead of the negative and turned it into a positive. Similarly, General Foods admitted that its Grape Nuts cereal was an acquired taste and advised customers to try it for a week to develop a taste for it. Sales shot up 23% and customers were forewarned that the taste was different, but they were mentally more accepting of the flavor. Smart marketing, huh? Many more examples like this in the book Hey Whipple, Squeeze This. The law of leadership. First mover advantage is a big one, and being the pioneer in any industry is difficult to beat. The book Ready, Fire, Aim speaks from a different perspective about this point. According to Al and Jack, The benefit of being the first in is that you can become a market leader. You get to grab a lion's share of the market and position your brand and product in such a way that your brand name and product become synonymous of each other. Examples like Heineken, Jell-O, Crazy Glue, Playboy magazine leading Penthouse, Time magazine leading Newsweek are brilliant cases in point of being that first in its category and market helps. The products that followed them are basically copycat and Me Too products. The law of predictability. Coming up with an angle or word that differentiates your company is good short-term planning. Then set up a long-term marketing direction that builds a program to maximize that idea or angle. Notice that the word used is not long-term plan, but rather long-term direction. Substantiated with the brilliant example of Domino's Pizza, it drives home its law. Think Volvo equals safe. Law of acceleration. Scale your brand by building a successful program. A successful program is built on trends and not on fads. The book Grit talks in great length about the difference. Again, this law is backed by the perfect example of how Ninja Turtles blew up, but Barbie didn't. The key point here: make strong and confident decisions about your business and ride the wave of long trends in most profitable manner. Other laws like line extensions use examples of Anheuser-Busch going from Budweiser to Bud Light and what it did to their market share, and more can be found on that story in the book Dethroning the King. This book will hold your interest throughout the reading. There are some great takeaways, reminders, and conversational pieces. Social currency is from the book Contagious, to use in the next office meeting or when talking with a friend. It is a great little book and not long, ideal for a quick, intellectual, but not too heavy reading. A long comparison book might be Alchemy. About the authors, Jack and Al. Jack Trout and Al Rice run a marketing consulting firm in Greenwich, Connecticut. They are the authors of the best-selling books Positioning, Marketing Warfare, Bottom-Up Marketing, and Focus. Al Rice and Jack Trout are two of the world's most successful marketing strategists with over 40 years of marketing experience. Combining a wide-ranging historical overview with a keen eye for the future, they bring to light 22 superlative tools and innovative techniques for the international marketplace. Their books have been published in more than 15 languages, and their consulting work has taken them into many of the world's largest corporations in North America, South America, and the Far East. This has been a book review of the 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing. Thanks for listening. There's been a lot of other book recommendations. You can find links to all of those in the blog post. Don't forget to subscribe to our email newsletter. We send out once a week with a lot of business book related and writing related information. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next review.